Self-Reiki is the foundation of Reiki practice, and those of us who are trained in Reiki are well aware of all the benefits available to us when we practice regularly. So why is it so hard to commit and follow through on a daily Reiki practice? In the first video of this series, I shared the first of 3 mindset myths or beliefs that may block us from regular Reiki practice. That was the myth of no time. If you haven't yet watched that video, look for the link somewhere near this one and check that out before you go any further. So myth number 2, it's the mistaken belief that self-care is selfish. Let's face it, our culture values work and busyness over self-care and doing for others over taking care of our own needs. And this is especially true for those of us who are trained in Reiki, since we tend to play the roles of caregiver, helper, nurturer in the world and in our relationships. So what can happen is once we begin or start a personal Reiki practice, we may start to feel resistance creeping in. And we might worry that others will think we're being lazy or selfish, and that can stop us from practicing. Of course, it isn't true. We're not being selfish or lazy by practicing Reiki, but it can stop us in our tracks unless we stop believing this myth. So let's look at the story of how Reiki was discovered. If you recall, the first thing that Mikao Usui did was to use Reiki for self-care. He was excitedly heading down Mount Karama to tell everyone about his amazing discovery when he tripped and hurt his toe. He immediately placed his hands on his toe and Reiki healed his injury. Do you think that Usui was concerned about others thinking poorly of him? Of course not. We don't consider Usui selfish or lazy in any way. But his story teaches us that the basis of Reiki practice lies in self-care. And the good news is, we can have a consistent personal Reiki practice and keep our roles as helper, caregiver, and nurturer in the world. And we can do it with the help of Reiki. Reiki is one of the best self-care practices out there. It reduces stress, it helps us relax and heal so that we can be at our best when others need us. So why not let Reiki help us shift the mistaken belief that self-care is selfish? Isn't that a good enough reason to begin a daily practice? But then the next question comes up: how to begin? And that brings me to the third and final myth that may be blocking you from daily Reiki practice. Join me for the final video in this series where I'll discuss the next myth, and you'll find the link somewhere near this video, so make sure that you click to watch.